So let's talk about bolt charge, because people on social media and YouTube, etc., is trying to just gaslight me and the rest of the community into believing that this is a broken mechanic and Titans are broken and it needs to be nerfed right now. We need to nerf Titans. We need to nerf bolt charge. And I'm here to tell you that it's just not true. This is a psyop. I don't know, like it feels like a psyop as a Titan main. Like I'm sitting here looking at like side eyeing the hunters with their new void aspect and warlocks with Icar's Dash being like the top high end PvP class for like the past year, like multiple years. But yeah, anyways, you've probably seen a lot of clips online, on Twitter, Reddit, whatever, with Bolt Charge showing how OP it is, and like people getting one shot here and there, and like people just sitting behind barricades and you die instantly and there's no counterplay. And I'm here to tell you that there are counters to it. There's a lot of counters to it, other than the obvious ones like throwing a grenade on their barricade, etc. Or like whatever, like basic concepts. But it's very easy to avoid bolt charge. It's actually very similar to like cold snap grenades, where the counter to cold snap grenades was simply to jump, and it took players way too long to figure this out. And it's as simple with bolt charge. I'm gonna show you some clips here of how simple it is to actually counter bolt charge. These are clips from private games where I was basically like showing how to counter. So obviously it's gonna be a very controlled environment where like I know they have bolt charge already. I'm calling out like shoot me now. So obviously like this makes it easier, but this is just to show that there are counters, there are ways to play around it. And if you have enough, like if your reaction time is good enough, then you will be able to play around this and hopefully be able to counter this. And hopefully the community, when they learn this, might, calm down a little bit on bolt charge. Like, it's not that broken, guys. Like, calm down. All right. So the first clip I'm going to show you is this one. So first, I want to say that I am on tier 3 mobility in this clip. In some of the later clips, I will be on tier 6, but it does not matter which tier of mobility you are. I only tested as low as 3 mobility, so it could be possible that being on lower would matter, but I really don't think so, as I will show later. But yeah, my friend here is obviously using the bolt charge aspect. They are also using the artifact mod that increases bolt charge damage. And they will be shooting me with a 140 hand cannon in some of the clips, and in some of the other clips, they will be shooting me with Monarque. The 140 hand cannon is because it's like the easiest like stock, just to like show me showing how to avoid the bolt charge, and then the Monarque more like practical application, like how people are using it to like one shot, etc., etc. But yeah, so in this clip, I get hits. As you can see, I get hit by the hand cannon as normal. The bolt charge procs. I take damage. And the way bolt charge works is that it's divided into 2 hits. The first hit does 40 damage, and the second hit does 150, something like that. It doesn't really matter what the values are, as long as you know that the second hit does significantly more damage than the first hit. And the second hit is way easier to dodge. As you can see, I get hit by the initial hit of the bolt charge. And then the second big blast happens here, but it is delayed. So all I gotta do, walk to the side, and it doesn't hit me. This is crazy mechanics, right? It's funny when you see people's clips and it's just people standing still. But yeah, you can also jump, like strafe jump. See, get hit by the hand cannon, hit by the initial hit, and then the second hit misses because I am away from it. I'm also jumping. I didn't actually test if you can just jump straight up, but I don't think so, because the lightning strike will hit like as a line down and then on the ground or whatever. So yeah, you can jump as well. You don't have to strafe. You can also slide, which is even better because you will not get hit by the first hit of the bolt strike either. This is less applicable, however, because you do have to already be moving as you get hit. But if you do, you can negate both of the hits. It misses completely. Obviously, you can slide in any direction. You don't have to slide towards the enemy. Like, the direction doesn't matter as long as you slide away from the point where you got hit. So as long as your reaction time is fast enough, you get hit, you slide, you don't take damage. So these were just showing how to avoid it. And now I'm going to show some clips with the Monarque, because that's like a common weapon or whatever. Or like a common one shot that people are complaining about. So here's a clip. This clip will also show that like movement speed doesn't really matter. But here's the Monarque. I will be strafing from this rock, and I was stepping to the right. See, I get hit. The first hit of the... See... I get hit by the Monarque. It does tick damage. The first hit of Bolt Charge hits me, gets me low. But the second hit misses me and I don't die. Here's another clip of the Monarque, utilizing the technique of like hitting someone with the Monarque, going into cover, putting down your barricade. The poison will proc the Bolt Charge, and then quote unquote, you will have no idea what hit you or whatever. But as you can see, I'm ADS strafing, and I'm not one-shot because I was moving. Obviously, you can't just like, it's not the actual moving that negates the damage, it's moving away from the hit zone. So in a lot of the clips, you will see people getting one shot, they're like behind cover and they're like tap strafing back and forth to peek. You will get hit. You can't tap strafe corners. And it's weird because it was my understanding that people hated tap strafe, like tap strafing corner and like that meta where you like peek for half a second with like a 120 hand cannon. It was my understanding that that was like a despised playstyle, and now we have a counter to it, and now people are like, oh my god, this is broken. I mean, I think it's kind of cool that there's a counter to it now, but I guess not. People just want to play the game. They've been playing it for the past couple of years. But yeah, those are the ways to counter Bolt Charge. Now, I will admit there are instances of Bolt Charge being OP. Namely, proccing on uncharged melees or like knockout hits or whatever. This should not be a thing. I haven't tested it, but I'm pretty sure you can slide out of the damage still, but it is way harder because you're getting punched, right? So if you suddenly like try to like mobility your way out of it, like probably just gonna get punched again and die anyways. But yeah, change that, like remove that. You shouldn't be able to proc it on a normal melee, uncharged melee, or, you know. Another thing I would agree with where a Bolt Charge is OP is that there's no timer on it. You can pop your barricade when you spawn, you can charge it up, and then you can go to the other side of the map, hit someone with an ability, and they will get Bolt Charged, and they won't know what the hell just happened because they didn't see you put down the barricade. Yeah, it's very stupid. Put a timer on it, put it like 3-4 seconds, like doesn't really matter. Just put a timer on it. Another thing is visibility. It's kind of hard to tell when people have Bolt Charge. Obviously, when they're standing behind a barricade, it's pretty easy to know if they have like that they will have Bolt Charge. You might not be able to tell like if they have it yet. So you're like, oh, should I peek? No, probably not. They probably have Bolt Charge and then they don't have it. But yeah, so some kind of like weapon glint or whatever would be nice to see. Another thing I want to address though is the perception that Titan is OP, or like Bolt Charge is OP and we should nerf Bolt Charge. Why are we saying that when the only reason Bolt Charge is strong in PvP is this? Just disable this in PvP. Like, this is what makes Bolt Charge be able to one-shot you. If you remove this from PvP, it's not an issue anymore. So I don't know why we're calling for Bolt Charge as a mechanic to be nerfed. We're calling for Titans to be nerfed overall, or like Bolt Charge in general. Like, it's just this. This will be gone at the end of the season. They don't even need to change anything. They just disable this in PvP now, or like wait until the next act, or at the end of the season or whatever. Like, it's so easy to fix, is it not? Like, why are we crying about Titan when it's obviously the artifact mods that's the problem and not actually Titan? Titan is not that crazy, guys. Titans was the second most played in Trials this weekend. But if you remove all the people playing Bolt Charge, it would be the least played. For obvious reasons, a Curse Dash Warlock is incredibly strong. Void Hunter is incredibly strong, and so is Prismatic Hunter, by the way. Why are we talking about Titans? Obviously, if something's OP, point it out. More discussion about the game, always good. You know, go off. But I don't know why we have a particular hate boner for Titans. And this is not the only time either. This happens every time Titans are even remotely meta. They get like, they're like perpetually bad or like underplayed for multiple seasons, and then they have one thing that gets buffed or overtuned, like PKs or Titans or Antaeus wards, One-Eyed Mask, Prismatic Titan being able to get Diamond Lances of knockouts. It's like one thing. It's like one thing that's OP. It's not Titan as a whole. It's always one thing. But yeah, that's for another video. I hope you found this video informative, and I encourage you to go into a couple of games and try just moving or sliding or jumping or whatever whenever you get hit by Bolt Charge. You see a Titan sit behind a big barricade and you get hit, slide, strafe, do anything, and you will notice that it will not hit you. I promise you. And if it does, it's destiny, it's spaghetti code, you know? It will happen sometimes. But generally speaking, these are the rules of Bolt Charge and how to counter it, and it's not an issue. Okay, thanks for watching.